The relationship between Pakistan and India doesn't really need an introduction, but that's the format, so here we go. Pakistan and India gained independence from the British Raj in August 1947. Since then, the neighbours, who share a 2,000-mile border, have been in four officially declared wars, the first being immediately after independence, and the last being the Kargil War in 1999. It's hard to know the exact death toll of all these wars for both sides, but it's likely to be in the millions, and border skirmishes continue to this day, along with covert espionage operations on both sides. But after all these wars, dozens of peace talks, and 206 heated cricket matches, where do we stand? The short answer is nowhere. But it might surprise you to know that India and Pakistan do trade with each other. Despite having one of the most volatile and bloody enmities in the world, there is a long history of trade between the neighbouring countries, and the parties currently in government in Pakistan both explicitly stated in their manifesto that they wanted to achieve a friendly relationship with India. You can check out their plans for Pakistan in one of our previous videos. In late March, newly appointed Foreign Minister Ishaq Dar told reporters that Pakistani businessmen want trade with India to resume, and we will seriously look into matters of trade with India. Pakistan has officially banned trade with India since the abrogation of Article 370 of the Indian Constitution in 2019. This dissolved the special status of Jammu and Kashmir, making it a de facto part of India rather than a state with its own constitution and self-government. This ban was lifted by Imran Khan's government in 2021 to allow trade of cotton and sugar, but typically chaotic, Pakistan reversed the decision just one day later. At the time, it was believed that General Bajwa was in favour of relaxing tensions with India. Less is known about the current army chief Asim Munir's stance on the issue, but during Ishaq Dar's comments, he referred to consulting with stakeholders about the possible resumption in trade. The innuendo likely refers to the military. Despite this apparent hostility, trade has occurred to some extent between Pakistan and India, the two largest members of SAARC, the South Asian Association for Regional Cooperation. According to the Observatory of Economic Complexity, in 2022, the last year for which data is available, total trade between the nations was valued at $671.1 million. Of this, $653 million was imports to Pakistan from India. A third of these imports were raw sugar, while nearly $80 million were medical products. By contrast, India imported only $18.1 million worth of goods from Pakistan, of which $17.1 million were ships, and the remainder were mostly negligible levels of agricultural imports. This heavy trade imbalance isn't new. Between 2003 and 2019, just before the ban, Pakistan and India trade totaled $31.2 billion. Of this, $25.6 billion was imports to Pakistan from India, around 82%. However, demand for some Pakistani goods can be seen in India. Pakistani clothing, in particular lawn and other women's fashion, has been popularized by the consumption of Pakistani dramas in India, and both physical and online marketplaces exist in India for Pakistani fashion. The majority of this trade is third party, with states like the UAE and Singapore with free ports acting as intermediaries. That's why items like Shan Masala can be found in some Indian grocery stores, having been initially exported from Pakistan to Dubai and then shipped onwards to India. Likewise, items from India enter Pakistan via these indirect routes. But there is also a large informal trade between India and Pakistan that occurs either at the border or through Afghanistan. An old State Bank of Pakistan report estimates its value in 2005 as being between $250 million and $2 billion. At the time, the official trade was valued at $545 million. A slightly more recent study put the 2012 informal trade estimate at $4.7 billion, of which almost $4 billion was from India to Pakistan. Items exported from India to Pakistan through these informal and therefore unregulated routes include cosmetics, alcohol, Ayurvedic medicines, and even live animals. Given India's rapidly expanding economy, with growth in new industries, and Pakistan's struggling one, the trade imbalance is unlikely to change. Pakistan already has a global trade deficit, nearly $40 billion in 2022, and recent economic and political changes have only made this more stark. Adding another trading partner to import from, at the cost of sacrificing our strongly held position on Kashmir, without significantly increasing our exports, may not be what Pakistan needs right now. However, Pakistan is not on good terms with any neighbor at present. Long-standing issues with India and Afghanistan have been added to recently by the exchange of airstrikes between Iran and Pakistan. Added to this is the tensions with China over recent attacks against Chinese nationals and investments in Pakistan, which we covered in our Go Other video. Wanting peace with India is one thing, but anti-Pakistan sentiment in India may be higher than ever, and the ruling party BJP and its media affiliates have been known to stoke these flames. In addition, elections are starting soon in India, and a move by the government to engage with Pakistan could cost the BJP a lot of harm in its core voter base. Trade resumption between India and Pakistan may sound like progress, but it might be unlikely, and if it does happen, may not be in Pakistan's benefit. If you'd like more unbiased news coverage, consider subscribing and stay informed with Samjo.